All right, so welcome to my work, I would say. This is the garage area. Right over here, this is where we park all the cars at. Nice cars here, pretty nice cars. You got your, Benzes come through, BMWs come through, Maseratis, Lamborghinis, Porsches, whatever you want to call it, comes through. Anyway, so we have this valet room right here. This is where I do most of my work at. Here we go. That's where I do most of my work at. Right at this desk right here. My supervisor would be right here. I would be right here, right at this desk. This is where I'll do, checking payroll, checking hours, setting up schedules, you name it. So that's my seat right there. That's my supervisor's seat. This is his coat, I guess. And this is all the jackets that we have. Right over here, it's getting a little cold. So got polos, got pants for people that need it, stuff like that. This is a little camera area, so how we view everything that's going on, just to make sure we're safe, make sure things is happening accordingly. And I think that's about it. I do like this spot right here. I do like this area, just because, you spend, when my supervisor's not here, I kind of spend time to myself, kind of listen to music and such, and kind of just, be able to vibe or be able to relax by myself and get my work done. Kind of feels like you're at home a little bit, just being in private, because I like to get work done in private. So I do like this area. So yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty nice area. Pretty nice. And I feel like this is I guess the norm for him will be to stay in here, the supervisor. But a lot of times he goes upstairs, and sometimes I go upstairs with him and check on the things that's going on upstairs and the rest of the employees as well. So that's that. All right, now we're leaving. Now we're gonna head upstairs. Show you guys what that looks like. This right here is the box. So I'm gonna show you guys a code. Kind of funny. This is where we keep all the keys at. So it's the key box area. It's where we keep the overnight keys. And this is where we keep the daily keys. So people that's here just for the day, this is where we keep their keys, and overnight, we keep the keys over here. All right. This elevator doesn't work, so this is also the other part of the garage. Pretty nice cars, Range Rovers, Porsche over there. Got an Audi right here, BMW. Not bad cars. All right. Now let's go upstairs. All right, so right here is where, this is the drive, right over here. This is where all the cars come in. Right in this area right over here. This is the tablet computer area. This is how we check people in. And they need to be checked in, arrivals, if they need to pay right here. These are all the tickets right here, daily tickets, people that's coming in for the day. And then this is people that's coming in for the overnight. I do like this area a little bit. It's outside, so when it gets really cold, these lights right here are supposed to turn on, but sometimes you don't feel the heat. They're like thermal lights. So it gets really, really cold, and it's really, really bad. So I kind of like this area when it's in the summer, a little bit, or when it's cool breeze. But if it's at night or in the winter, it kind of gets a little brutal. I will say, the culture here for people that are just, employees or such, so there's a lot of social loafing, I would say, just because, this is the house car as well. House car area, Four Seasons. But there's a lot of social loafing that happens in this area. Well, not in this area, but I would say for valet workers, just because we all pull in tips, so we all get the same amount of tips. This is the tip area. This is all the tips right here that they usually get. But we all get the same amount of tips, no matter what. Well, we split tips. So a lot of people sometimes don't put in as much effort as the other person because we're all getting the same amount of tips. So that's the only bad thing about this job. If you're just an employee, just a regular employee, and we're all getting paid the same, then, or if you're not a supervisor, you get paid $1 more. But if you're a regular employee, that's the only bad thing, is because there's a lot of social loafing with people just not putting in the same amount of effort as other people. So there's water down here. Whenever you're thirsty, you grab some water. Four Seasons water right over here. Yeah, that's about it. It's a drive, nice areas, house car, great areas. And then I'll talk a little bit about the job downstairs in the office. All right, so just an overall summary of everything I said. This is the office right here that I usually spend most of my time at, fixing stuff, fixing hours, having meetings. I didn't show you guys where I'll speak in front of execs or executives upstairs, just because that area is closed, so I'm not able to show you guys that. But this is the area where I'll, spend most of my time at. Like I said, this area is pretty nice when I'm alone. I really like to do work on my own, so it's pretty good when I'm alone. It's not that bad with my supervisor here. He likes to talk, which is A-okay with me, but I like to do work solo and kind of put in my music to get work done. And then upstairs, like I said, it's kind of brutal when the winter's coming up right now, because they expect you to stand outside, which is insane to me, especially when it's like 10-degree weather. And then the lights, thermal lights that's up there, you don't really feel it. So, and they bring out a lamp that has propane, where you could put like propane in there, but sometimes they don't fill it up with propane. It's like a heat lamp. So that's not out there. So it kind of gets a little brutal. You can step inside for a little bit, but for most of the time they want you to be outside to answer the phone. For when guests need to bring up their cars or such. So, but again, like I said, like with the valet work, there's a lot of social loafing that happens, and it kind of gets, aggravating for other valets, especially if you put in as much work to get tips and stuff like that, and everybody gets the same amount of tips, and then somebody doesn't put in as much effort as you put in. It kind of gets a little frustrating. It kind of breaks up the team dynamic in a way. But that seems like, we try to set a good norm here for where, everybody's working the good amount. If you're not pulling in your own weight, then don't expect to be placed on, certain shifts where it's big events that brings in a lot of money or tips. So it's kind of normal. It's kind of the expectations we set here at Town Park at Four Seasons. And yeah, so hope you guys like the site. Hope you guys like what I showed you. Quick little tour. But yeah, thank you.